Hey guys, it's Dustin with ClickFit South Tampa. We have a great core ab workout for you today, getting you prepped for summertime here in Florida. So as always, we do our EMOM workouts. It stands for every minute on the minute. I'm gonna give you guys 3 movements to do. You're gonna do 1 movement at the beginning of the first minute. You're gonna do the next movement at the beginning of the second minute. You're gonna do the third movement at the beginning of the third minute. You're then gonna repeat those movements 3 times through for a total of 9 minutes. Now you're gonna do these movements at the beginning of the minute. You finish them as quickly as you can, and you get the remainder of that minute to rest. So your first movement being that bicycle crunch, we're gonna engage his upper abs first by pulling his shoulders off the ground, right? So now we're crunched in here up front. His hands are behind his head, not behind his head where he's pulling his neck forward, but elbows out to the side, fingers behind the ear. We don't want you wrenching on your neck. So what he's gonna do is he's actually going to engage his upper abs by crunching off the floor. As he does, he brings his opposite leg in up front. So as you notice, his entire upper body is off the floor. He's crunching in with his obliques, elbow to knee. As he retracts and goes down and extends these abs, his shoulders are not gonna touch the floor. He's gonna hold that contraction until he reaches up and connects that opposite elbow to knee. So if we wanna do full speed, it's gonna look like this. His shoulders never touch the floor, but his torso completely leaves the ground, as opposed to what you typically see. Chris, show him some typical stuff. This, okay? I promise you, if you make these little changes, you're gonna get a great bit of difference. Now we're gonna do this first movement for 10 reps. That's 5 repetitions on each side at the beginning of the first minute. When you finish that first movement and all of those reps, you get the remainder of that minute to rest. So if it takes you 20 seconds, you get 40 seconds to rest until the next minute begins. For the second movement and the second minute, we are gonna do reverse crunches. So we focused a lot on the obliques and the upper abs in the first movement. This movement is gonna focus a lot on the lower abs or rectus abdominis. So what we're gonna do is your hands are gonna go to the side. You're gonna pull your knees in bent. Now, why do we do that? Because when you pull your legs up straight, it incorporates too much of your hip flexors, which causes a lot of lower back pain and pelvic pain. So we're gonna pull the knees in bent. He's then gonna straighten his legs, pressing these legs to the ceiling, engaging these lower abs, and then slowly letting them down to about 2 inches off the floor. He will then pull the knees back in, pressing straight up, and then slowly on the way back down. He's gonna continue this movement again for 5 reps. I know it sounds crazy, so little reps. I promise you, if you do these the right way, slow and controlled, you will know what I'm talking about. So after you finish your 5 reps, you get the remainder of that minute to rest until the third minute begins. Then we're gonna flip you guys over. We're gonna do a real typical movement everybody's really comfortable with, right? The plank. You're gonna do this movement for 20 seconds of the third minute, okay? So Chris, why don't you chop up and do a plank for me? Right, normal plank. Well, what we really wanna do is, instead of having this flat body, which is very typical, we actually wanna engage those abs. Now we're in a crunch. So now Chris is gonna start to shake because his belly button is basically being pulled into his sternum. Now we've created that static contraction that we want. He's gonna hold this for 20 seconds at the beginning of the third minute. As soon as he finishes his 20 seconds, he's gonna get 40 seconds to go ahead and rest. And then you're gonna repeat that series 2 more times for a total of 3 times, which equals 9 minutes. You finish this 9-minute series and you do the movements as directed, I promise you, you're gonna feel the difference. You're gonna start to see those changes. You can do that every day, 3 times a week, 4 times a week, whatever your schedule permits. If you'd like a little bit more information, you wanna see some other really cool ab movements or how we do things here at ClickFit, we are located on West Bay to Bay Boulevard in South Tampa. You can also visit us on our website at www.clickfit.com. That's click-fit.com. Download our app. It's free on the App Store at Click Fitness, or check out our YouTube channel at ClickView. We'll see you guys later.